very, I can't really put my words on it, but it was not really intriguing like I thought it would be. Some of the social issues were not discussed, but that's why I'm here to speak it into the atmosphere, right into your ear. And that all rhymes, right? Right on time. Something for your mind. Yeah. Okay, let's get into it. Um, this show, the Rose Room Discussion, can be heard on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. All streaming right now as I speak. Yeah, the Rose Room Discussion. As I sit back and kind of listen to some of the points that were discussed, what I did notice is that nothing was discussed about the home front, America itself, the cities that are plagued. I heard a lot of attacks on immigrants and things of that nature. We know that's not really true. Most immigrants come here, they get good jobs, they work hard, they support their families. You have bad apples in every bunch. In my nationality, we have bad apples too. In every nationality, there's bad apples. Um, Under that fact, we do have people that are coming here with intent to cause harm, but that's based upon America itself allowing these things already to happen. This has been happening ever since Noriega. So this is nothing new. The Cold War. We can go on and on. We have had agents here, sleeper cells. Remember, I think in last year, in no 2022, we had the Chinese American woman. Then we had in 2023 the Russian American woman. And I think in 2024, the beginning, we had the woman that was from an Arab country who worked for the CIA or FBI, which she also leaked information. So this is normal. Um, with that said, the debate was kind of, it looked rehearsed to me. It didn't really look real, authentic. I didn't see a lot of people. I would have wanted to seen more American people in the crowd asking questions, throwing out questions. I would have. I wanted to see much more live interaction with people there, because to me that it was like a shut off event. There was no one there, only the people on the podium. They talked to them. It kind of was much more an attack event on both sides, where they were just both poking at each other with issues that they just basically lacked on. And then when you looked at it, it was like nothing really was spoken into realism when it came to the issues, like the issues that we really want to talk about, the opioid issues, the heroin issue, the fentanyl issue, the issues that are plaguing our country, the homeless issues. We didn't hear about the income for people that are coming from other countries that is set up for them. We didn't hear about how many different nationalities were just brought into this country and how that's going to affect the deficit when we're already in debt. We didn't hear about um, the social economic issues. We didn't hear about the colleges, the funding. We didn't hear about too much of the potential for another race war in America, that's brewing right now between the people that support each side. We didn't hear about the guns that were being bought. We heard somewhat about the gun rights. Um, we didn't hear about the vetoes. We didn't hear about the Reparation Act. We didn't hear about anything that truly, to me, affected the people. That's why I speak my mind, because I think these are the things that people want to hear. They don't want to hear about NATO and all these other things, because we don't give a damn about that. We're talking about American people on the soil. Um, Everybody here is going through something. You see what I mean? It's much more relevant here than it is worrying about other people from other countries. I know it's America's job to help out like every other country, but what I'm stating is that when it comes to the issues that affect us, they're never really focused on. That's why we can't clean up home. And I believe if you don't clean your own home, how the hell are you going to go outside and start cleaning up everybody else's? It makes no logical sense. It's like you don't take a shower, but you're telling everybody else to clean their ass, and you smell bad. It's a lot that could be put into play with that right there. So, with that said, I wanted to just speak on that. I know some people seen it and they're going to take sides and they were like, I've seen some memes already. The first meme people were talking about. I seen one with both president candidates, um, looking like they were like they had one of the what's that guy from that movie Deuce, and I think his name was Loco, and he was kind of off the sherm. And they said this is what kind of represented both parties. They kind of looked like they were like detached from life. As I'm speaking right now, I'm also watching the California governor, Gavin Newsom. He's on television, giving his side of the debate. But once again, he's not speaking on what's going on here in California with that money that he could have let loose and given to the Reparation Act for people of my nationality, which was a measly $900,000. So let these people call it. They're not really focusing here on home. They're focusing on economics and big business and spending and making America into what we call the great power, which what I really see it as is a giant amusement park for others to visit and to invest in. Um, it's not like how it used to be when I grew up. I know things change, but I'm saying the structure of the country, like how it used to be. Like I said, my grandfather was in the military, my uncle was in the military, my two cousins were in the military. Me, myself, I was in the California Conservation Corps and also the Forest Service. So we all did our due diligence. Nobody can't come and knock me. And with that said, what I'm trying to state to you, I always had two jobs, 2 to 3 jobs. Even when I was growing up, I had two jobs. I started working at age 11. I saved my paychecks and was able to get the things that I need. In this day and age, what I'm trying to state to you, the structure for the children, the people that was once here that made this country a very great power does not exist anymore. It seems to be broken. The kids don't have jobs like they used to. I don't see people. Back in the days, I did a paper route with my friend. What I see now is grown ass adults doing paper routes, not children. See what I mean? So the economic pressure is showing you that there's not a lot of opportunities like there used to be before. I did also the door to doors subscription, free copy of the Concord Times and the San Mateo Times. When I look now, once again, there's grown ass adults doing these jobs. They're not kids anymore. So you're looking at the pressure of inflation that rises like yeast, and it's causing lots of people to have to push into positions. Right now, myself, I'm also going through something. You know, I have a guard card. I have paid for my card twice. I already passed all my tests. I took at least around like I think it's 7 or 9 tests. You have to take all your weapons of mass destruction, your battalion, everything else. Passed all of those tests, no problem. Um, Achieved all that. But still, yet and still, I haven't received my card. Paid for it twice. I'm under some type of I don't know. They're looking into something, investigating something. Who knows? And I'm not sure if I want to have employment. But like I said, I still push hard. I'm not tripping off of that too much because I know I have no criminal record. I'm not a rapist or a child molester. I'm not selling dope, drugs. I'm not a police informant. I don't get paid money to sit on my ass all day. I prefer to work, but the way the system is placed together, um, it's like it wants people to become lazy. They don't want you really to go out and achieve and work like you used to. They want you to become dependent on the system so they can complain about you being on the system. But when you're going against that type of narrative and you're working to show that you don't want to be on that narrative, they try to block you. And I'm also dealing with other people that are, um, doing illegal crime. I had to basically recently had to have my family member uh, get something done and help me out with a vehicle. I won that situation by the grace of the Most High. I give all praise to the Most High Jehovah. I believe in my faith. Like I said, you can believe in Allah, you can believe in Buddha, you can believe in whoever you choose to believe in, as long as you are not forcing it upon nobody else's um, lifestyle or trying to trying to be, a much more of a dictator of somebody else's personal belief of who they are. But yes, I believe in the Jehovah the Most High, the King of Heaven and Earth, and He granted me income off of that because I had a person that kept trying to mess with my property. They were caught on video, a bum to me, because I feel like if you were really about that dollar, that paper route, that money, that gouda, that cash, that them green trees, or however you want to describe the cash flow, um, you wouldn't be worried about me. I wouldn't be such a how can I state this? Something for you to fear. So it let me see that I have some type of potential or something that's very important to others that they must don't have because I don't understand why a person would pay any attention to me if I wasn't really worth anything. So it lets me see I must be worth something because if I wasn't, then why the hell are you paying attention to me? So I pretty much won that, and I think I'm going to go into a legal battle right now because I'm seeing that somebody's trying to violate my rights again. Once again, like I said, I'm under investigation. They're not really telling me why. What did I do? Didn't do anything wrong. Like I said, I'm not involved in any criminal acts. Have a clean record. Had it for a long time. But when you're dealing with these type of people, they play both sides. They like to encourage criminal activity when they're doing it like a coward. But if it's done to them, they'll cry like a female vagina. No disrespect. I'm not saying that in a way to be degrading towards women, but I'm saying that in a way that, like, to me, these people are pretty much pussy. That's what they are. They get in a big group and they try to dissect you from both sides and try to figure out how to play games with you. But when the table turns on them, they can't handle the pressure of being pounded like a vagina from a penis. So it's really a joke to me, and I'm straightforward with it. So I don't play those games because I'm not, like I said, I'm not a police informant. I'm not a police snitch. I don't get paid to tell on people. I don't hide cameras in their houses. I don't get paid to degrade other American citizens. I earn all my money and income by working for it, like I told you and stated, from 11 years old all the way up. So with that said, this whole thing to me that I just seen really depicted what we're up against in this country. It's the blame game. Nobody takes responsibility for themselves or their actions. They just blame somebody else. They go back and forth. And then at the end, they retreat to their little places and they play the game again. Then they get on the social media sites, they get on these other platforms, and they play the same game again. It's never really nothing of accountability held by any of these people, as you can see, like not one. Everybody's innocent. They're all, oh yeah, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I didn't do that. And I look at the female, like I said, she was the biggest prosecutor of people of minority color, especially the ones that are in certain groups. When it came to people that are Afro Indigenous or African American, she put away the most. Okay. When it came to that gentleman, the Central Park Five, you see, they stated that he put out an article and paid $1 million for it to get ran publication all across the play, damn near the whole damn United States. So, who can you really place your bet on? If you're really looking at them, it's not really anything I can see that's really going to help me for my prolonged future. I didn't hear anything about them having a forgiveness plan still in action. I didn't hear anything about them putting together any type of trade school jobs. Um, we're hearing about how China is now building companies in Mexico to take away all the jobs that were here when it comes to automotive industry. So that's going to be something that's going to be concurrent in the next 2 to 3 years. We're going to see that. To me, if you wanted to put my vote on it, or either to put my spin on it, I think the best candidate that we got is the AI. AI is the best candidate that we have. I don't think that mankind should be running anything anymore, because this is starting to become a what we call a shit show. It has no true value to it from any side. Both sides are looking to cause chaos on the streets. They're both acting like gang members. Um, we also have a lot of activity going on with members that are in illegal activity right now in the streets, as we can see that people taking over properties. But the funny thing about that is that the gangs that were here already were already doing that. So now what they're doing, they're telling on the ones that just came here to tell on them. So what I'm saying to you is that we always have two of the lesser evils. Neither one of them have been good for us at all. And it's time for us as the citizens of this country to really start looking at that. And like I said, our best choice now, and it's a sad choice, is a damn robot. Artificial intelligence. It's the only thing that's intelligent enough to me to make the uh, common logical decisions. Because as you can see with these individuals, they couldn't even answer straight questions. That one person kept blaming the border, the other person kept talking in circles. Who the hell am I going to pick? Neither one will answer the question straightforward. They will look to belittle each other. And I said this to my family member that when you see this debate, all you're going to see is them poking at each other, back and forth, poking. Who did this? Who did that? Who opened that? You opened the door. I didn't open the door. She did this. He did that. We run back, go back. There's nothing that they're talking about that's of any irrelevance that's for the people in this society right now. Nothing for us that are going through the problems. There's no pressure being taken off of us. There's nothing to come up. There's no stimulus programs. There's no economic programs. There's nothing. She said that she wanted to approve a $50,000 for each startup company. Check this out. I applied for those things twice. This is when I first had my trademark. This is when I had over 1,000 followers. This is when I had the push. They did not even approve me for $10,000. So let alone would they approve me for $50,000? Because it's all smoke and mirrors here. This is all we're dealing with. And what we're dealing with here is people are in a racial race. They want their side to win. Um, I don't see it being a connection thing anymore in this country like it used to be. I see everybody's in a rat race. They're looking to economically put themselves in a position to where they can win with their people. And my group is not really winning in that race that much, because we choose to keep trying to value what these people have been doing to us for a long time, and it's pretty much a joke. Um, it's not helping us, and it's not letting us achieve a higher value in a society. It's just depicting us as the people that are always looked to as the sidekicks. We never become the superhero. And I'm pretty much tired of it. Like I said, it's time for us to get what we are owed. And with both of these candidates, I don't see that happening. With both of these candidates, I see all of the income and jobs going to people that are not going to be American citizens. I see everybody getting put into what we call the Hunger Games. These are depictions that I can see forthcoming. When it came to economical change of structure, they never talked about it. When it came to climate change, they only went in for a momentarily position, and then they went back to blaming each other. They didn't talk about the recent earthquakes in California. They didn't talk about the recent earthquakes and tsunamis in other countries. We just had one recently in, I think it's Thailand, um, and Taiwan. Sorry about that. I apologize. Um, and then they have one right now in China, which was not that big at all. It was kind of fairly small. It looked very organized to me. They couldn't really see anything that was really dire at that point in time, but it looked like it was coming. But it was not really something that that really detoured them away from their normal lifestyle. But in other countries, they're showing that there was flooding, a lot of people that passed away. My condolences to all these people. But as you can see, climate change is real. We had the earthquake off the coast. Um, and from what I heard, there's a lot of doomsday fish that been coming up. Now, if you know about the doomsday fish, it's the long silver fish that has like the little mustache type of jump off. They usually are like probably 7 feet long. Some of them get really long because they go to the very depths, bottom of the ocean. That's where they live at. They're very delicious, from what I heard. I've never had one before in my life. I wouldn't even attempt to eat that fish because I don't know what the hell it eats down at the bottom of the ocean. But yeah, they're pretty much. They said whenever the Earth is shifting, or the tectonic plates start to move, or have any type of friction, these fish they get worried because they go by vibration, and there's very something distinctive about these fish that they said that other fish don't have. These fish can feel vibration more than other fish or something. They have some type of sonar or something built in, kind of like a dolphin. So it's very strange that a fish has the same type of amplification as a mammal type fish, but it's not a mammal type fish. It's a fish. So it's very strange, but they can pick up vibrations, and like how birds can sense something and they'll fly away, or cats can feel something and they will stand up on their hind legs, and you'll see their fur start to look like they're being shocked by something. It's the same thing. They will come up and try to beach themselves onto the shores. So they said thus far, recently, I guess in Taiwan or in Thailand, I'm not sure where this place was at, but they said that they came up upon the ocean, and they said last year when the things that hit in Japan, they also showed up. So thus far, from what I heard, that four of them have showed up already here on the United States continent. So that's really scary, and and we're also getting prepared to find a new opportunity for nuclear fusion. Did you guys know that? Is anybody aware of that? The gentleman that we all know as the Mr. Computer Man, he has decided to buy land, or he already owns land in a place to where Yellowstone is near, and he's planning to use nuclear fusion in a new way by using volcanic uh, natural materials to become as nuclear fusion, uh, in a way that he's trying to put it as an eco-friendly way. I don't know what that means because I'm not a scientist. I'm not a person that has economic science or economic science and business education, so I don't know a lot about this. I just know I read about it. But he's planning to do it within this year into next year. So 2024, 2025, get prepared because he's going to set up a nuclear plant in that area. And, we're also learning that they're buying up a lot of land. And it's just a lot of stuff coming intuition right now. Very fast. It's very quick. Um, it doesn't seem real to me right now. Even the debate doesn't seem like it had any type of real energy to me. It seemed like it was very dull. Spirituality was not there. It wasn't the cheering, wasn't nothing. It was just like, I don't know, it just seemed empty. Like nothing was there for me to see. It kind of lets me um understand what's going on here in this country, because a lot of people that I'm around have the same type of energy right now. They seem to be like lost in space somewhere. They're not in tune to anything. They're just living in their own vibration and have no type of care for each other. You know. So, with that said, I'm going to go into my first break. I'm going to come back with some more information and a little bit more details on certain things. But while you sit back and vibe with me, listen to some music I produce. Hello, 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 hello. I'm back. I'm back, and yes, I'm still dark brown, not too black. I love it, in fact, and I ain't hating. Just trying to get my money, sitting back and debating, waiting on the Most High to take me to that beautiful place and represent my race. There you go. So, yes, I am back. And with that said, we are experiencing, sorry about that. I apologize for getting tongue twisted. Experiencing a lot of different things at a very quick pace. I also watched a lot of another show on the that I always watch, and a gentleman stated that within this last year we have had three alignments, planet alignments. That's a lot for 1 year. If you think about that, usually some alignments come around in different times. Remember, we also had the Devil's Comet come by here. Remember, that also depicts a very catastrophic event because that comet flew past the same time that it was extinction time for the so-called dinosaurs. So just mind you that. We had the alignment of the planet, then we had the alignment of the solar eclipse. Remember? So we had three alignments of planets. We had the Devil's Comet come by. We had the eclipse. We have had the doomsday fishes pop up. These to me are telltale signs of something is coming. We don't know what is coming. We don't know when it's coming. But the way mankind is living and the way people that are doing things just let me see a lot of people have no value for themselves or their own lives. And with listening to this whole debate, it just shows me that we are not prepared at all. Not in this country, not as a people, not as a group, not as a nation, not even as a damn planet or world itself for what is to come. We don't even know what's coming. Um, I'm just seeing a lot of people just being self-centered and selfish. They don't have no type of care for anything. There's abundance of money and wealth and food everywhere. It's so much that there shouldn't be nobody starving, hungry, or any type of problems. On top of that, we have tons of warehouses, properties, abandoned mansions, um, for people to live in. It's just to me, and these drugs, I don't know really what's going on with this, but it's just like if we're able to see satellites and see stupid aliens or whatever the hell it is on planets that's like 400,000 miles away, and we have technology that we're spending billions of dollars to get rid of those type of um what would they call asteroids from reaching Earth and shooting them down, and we can do all this, and we have achieved all this and stepped on other planets. Why can't we figure out how to achieve peace amongst our own self on this planet? I explained to my family member that there's multiple groups in my own nationality that call themselves um, the forthcoming of the Most High, or they are anointed by the Most High. But the funny thing about it is, to me, none of these groups can come together as one to respect each other. They want all the gangs and everything else to come together and follow all these rules and be good people and good boys and girls. But when it comes to them, as being political speakers, having knowledge, information, having education, discipline, all these things that they um, project themselves as, they don't even have the same information or knowledge to sit down and have a common cause of respect for each other to build on that, you know, that ground. They can't even in tune on that right there for the children. So it lets me see that we're living in a time that something is going to happen. Now, I don't know what's going to happen, but they said that there's going to be a lot of false people. And to me, a lot of people nowadays are looking really fake. They're looking shiny like an old ass Diddy suit. They're looking shiny and glittery, and they're not looking real to me no more. And a lot of stuff is coming out about a lot of people. Their sexuality. We also hear that this man, is involved with receiving bribes, um, in our government. So it's letting you see that if they're receiving bribes from other countries to change and veto laws here, to allow sanctions for other people to come here, to remove different things that were placed upon them from the UN, um, and to stop them from, taking others' natural resources, and then all of a sudden they were lifted up because these people accepted bribes, which, if you didn't recognize that, in San Francisco, it was a woman who was a treasurer. She stole money. We're seeing there was a lot of people recently in the Bay Area, um, and Los Angeles stole money. This is during the COVID. A lot of people stole money. They're all getting caught. So we're just looking at, these are people who work for the city and counties and the state and the government. These are people that work in the senator's office, the mayor, district representative's office. All these people that are just hands are just fully slimy, slimy ass scumbag eels, uh, con artists, manipulative. Just, they ain't cool to me, you know. Um, and they constantly want you to worry about a damn president or a president elect, but in their own districts, it's garbage, dirty, theft, destruction, highest amount of rape, highest amount of drug percentage abuse, highest prejudice, um, racial events, attacks, um, highest of child exploitation, um, sexual human trafficking. All these things are existing in their areas. But like I said, when we look at this debate, they're doing nothing but picking at each other. They're not solving any issues. Nothing is being solved. So as you can see, this is really showing you what we have to get prepared for. Like I said, we have all these events that have taken place, all these events, all these alignments, all these comments, all these earthquakes, all these things that are happening. And we just had another mass shooting, I think. And this is what I think within this year, I think we already up to like 25 mass shootings. 25. And it could be more counting because they haven't counted every last one because some of the perps have got caught. Remember, I think it was a gentleman who he wanted to start a race riot at the awards or something like that. I'm not sure. He wanted to do it at a some black award event or some type of place where they were going to have something that was for people of Afro-Indigenous, Afro-American, or African descent. He was planning to go there and start a race war. Um, they foiled him. They had another. They had like five other gentlemen who one had, I guess, had bought guns, and he was trying to pay some other people to shoot up an event for other groups of minorities. So, if we had 25 already, that would have been 26, 27, 28, 29. We would have like 30, or probably even more. It's multiple other ones they probably don't tell you about because this is how everything is done here. It's always a secretive type of situation. We don't learn things while they're hot off the press. We learn them when they decide to give them to you later on. There's a guy there with a man bun, so just let you see. I don't know what the hell to think about the society nowadays. I'm not perfect myself, but I know I stand on moral and principle and stand on business when it comes to taking care of minds. But the opportunities that we used to have as men, they're being blocked because we're seeing much more of a um, deceitful group into power. Like I said, this group they're into a lot of stuff that is illegal. Um, they're making laws that are not prohibited or sanctioned by the American people. They're causing a lot of chaos, a lot of destruction. They're allowing people to get away with crimes that are heinous and just despicable. We see people that are taking advantage of the system and stealing money from children. They're stealing money from people that are in need. They're giving income to people that already have income, tons of money. Um, it's just showing you that we're living in a society to where what can happen at any moment could be um, catastrophic. And we're on the brink right now, as you know, of World War III. Um, it's really crazy, you know. And like I said, everybody's still in their own little world. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to really do. I just know that it's really really rough out here. You know, it's really doofy out here. Everything's looking really goofy out here. It's not what it used to be, and everything is racially related. Don't let people let you um not speak your mind about the truth because it really is racially related. People are doing what they can, and on top of that, it's also in greed, and then it goes from the race greed to power and position. I'm not here to worship anybody on this planet because nobody here to me has a resolve to put together a plan that is good for all mankind of peace. There's not one person here that can do that. So there's nothing that really can be done in that manner. Um, what I am looking for is balance amongst people, equal equal opportunities for everyone. That's what I believe. Equal everything, equal rights, equal money, equal education, equal economic values for people and opportunities. But in the society that we live in, everything always seems to be a one side event where somebody wants to control and the other side wants to dictate what the others can and cannot do with the control that they have. So, like I said, my best option, if I was in a position to dictate what would be good for this whole place, this whole planet? I would say the last resource we have is a quantum AI computer. I know people are saying, "Oh, wow, that's the devil. It's the devil." Check this out. We have devils running this world already. They've been here already. And if you look at mankind's history or track record of everything that they have done, all the way from AD um, up to this 21st century, it has been fuckery. We can go back to BC if you want to, from BC to AD to 21st century. It's just garbage. It's nothing good. All we had is crazy dictators, crazy communists, uh, crazy presidents, uh, people that are kings and queens. They're just basically um, mentally ill, disturbed people who don't have the best regards for anybody else but themselves to rule over others with power and their ignorance of mindset and what they choose to call resolve for others based upon their position of comfort. If you know what I mean, like basically for a person that wants the kingdom, they want it to be placed in a manner to where they are comfortable telling others what to think and do and how to do it. And if you do not follow those rules, they will then execute you or destroy your reputation or destroy you as a person and not give you the same means that everybody else, um, you know, basic needs that we all thrive for to have. So it's showing you that we have to make adjustments here. And like I said, with the rose room discussion, these are things that I'm going to talk about that people don't talk about. People talk about all this dumbass celebrity gossip, stupid ass, ignorant stuff about cars and stuff that's really irrelevant because all these precious things that we find and hold as a necessity at this point in time could be taken away from us at a blink of an eye if either one of these individuals get into office. Because what I'm seeing is chaos coming from either side. If one doesn't win, it's going to be riots. If the other one wins, it's going to be riots. Okay, that's what I'm saying to you. Neither one of them are, to me, are fit to be in that position. You would need somebody with much more of a much more humanized spirit or soul or a person that's much more level minded, down to earth, that lives amongst the people that really experience these things. Neither one of these people know nothing about drugs and poverty, okay? They don't live in poverty or drugs. They live in mansions, drive expensive vehicles, have protection. They don't deal with these type of things. They're just speakers, they're puppets, individuals who are put in a position with a battery placed in their back and winded up to speak on points to make you believe that they have the solution for something that they can never solve. As you can see, this woman is in office right now. What has she resolved? Nothing. This gentleman was in office. What have they resolved before they got there and after? Nothing. So nothing is going to be resolved here again. And mark my words, I'm telling you this, there will not be any peace. There will not be any common respect. There will continue to be racial divide and division. There will continue to be economic tragedy, problems, occurrences. There will continue to be people being picked on, racially profiled. There will continue to be war. All these things I'm telling you is going to come true. And I want whoever's listening and whoever listens to my show or listens to this segment, this is episode 16, to see that this is the truth. And to please mark my words and remember I said this. This is what's coming. I know this. There's nothing coming that's good from either side. These people are just looking to dictate other people's lives. They don't want you to have any happiness. And that's another thing I'm going to tell you, that It's 100% true for me and facts. And can't nobody change none of these things because they're going to happen. Everything I'm saying is going to come forth because I have that type of spiritual balance from the Most High and that gift. And my gift is to speak to you in a discussion of conversation to let you know these are things that you need to prepare yourself for. They are planning to do all these things to take away your normal happiness. They want you to comply with ignorance, devaluing yourself, arguing, yelling, fighting with each other. For what purpose, what reason, nobody knows. But like I said, I'm going to go into my second break, and I'm going to come back with my last and final part and portion of my debate conversation on what I seen and what I feel are the problems and issues that they did not speak on and things that you need to prepare for at the Rose Room discussion, baby. Hello, 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 hello. I'm back. The Rose Room discussion with a slap. That song is called That's Hood. That was produced back in 2021. And that was on different tracks that I had. I had that on two different albums. Plan to bring that out again because I had a lot of success with that song. Very popular. Um, but it didn't go to the shift. I tried to use that song for a commercial. Almost got the gig, but some jealous rival hated. And the sad thing about that person, I don't think he's yeah. I'm not gonna get into that, but yeah, my condolence to him and his people. But yeah, that's what happens when you have hatred in your heart and you don't want to see other people achieve something. You're just gonna line yourself up for your own problems to come in the future. Um, I was talking about the debate, and as we can see, you have analysts on TV right now. They're talking about nothing to me. There was no PowerPoints in this debate. There was nothing of interest to me. They're trying to make you interested, like as if it was something to see there, like they had some strong opinions or some policies that really need to be looked at. Nothing was talked about to me that really had or caught my attention. We had a bunch of people that were celebrities also too that embezzled money during the COVID. They were not talked about. We had some reform plans. They were not talked about. Um, we also healthcare was touched on somewhat. I think the female vice president she talked about it. She talked about the Affordable Act, which was not brought in by her camp, was brought in by the previous camp of the other president who is president now when he was vice president for him. Um, and that was also shot down at the time. And, it's just a lot of stuff to me that they're contradicting themselves on, and they're not really speaking on the truth. They're all placing themselves in a position to make themselves look like they were really for the people, but economically and strategically, they were not really looking to help out the people like they should. Like I said, mark my words, none of these people are going to help out the people. None of them. Not one. They're all going to get into office. They're going to sell you the big lie that they're going to do something that they never will do. On top of that, I wanted to also speak on some events that happened recently within this year. We had the thing that happened in Chicago. And as you can see, that was a very, I don't know, it was kind of a very odd scenario. So they had people coming out to support the vice president, but at the same time, they brought, I think it was uh, Parenthood, that company out there. They were encouraging a lot of people of our nationality, the females, to have abortions and some of them to have their tubes tied, which is very strange because they didn't encourage anybody else from any other side of any other nationality or any other aspect or group to have their tubes tied or have abortions. So, once again, like I'm trying to state to you, are these people really for us? Isn't that a part of the Most High's religion to be fruitful? Why would a person want to not let you have children? Why would a person try to give you a disease and stop you from having children? Why would a person spread rumors and try to have you infected or do anything to you to prevent you from having children? Who would do something that evil to anybody? I wouldn't do that to my worst enemy. So you're living in with a lot of cowards nowadays. I don't know where these people are getting it from. I don't know where people are thinking that it's cool to help people to do this. I don't know why it's become a thing. We have, remember, from the 90s to from the 80s to the 90s, we had multiple people in these positions that have killed people, kids, everything else, and they have still allowed them to move forward without any type of I guess, how can I state this? Well, any type of regard for what they have done. There was no type of punishment for them. We even promoted gangsters and other people of that nature that have killed kids and done stuff. We have held them on a pedestal. We have given them the spotlight. We have even made movies about them. We have people that have depicted as nothing more but gangsters and common criminals that have murdered and killed children, and people have sat there and devoted their whole attention of expanding and showing love and favor to these people. You know, and these people were allowed to have children after they killed other people, murdered children, kids, rape, kidnap, bombing, extortion, through drugs, human trafficking. They made movies about these people. Me, myself, I haven't done none of this. But yet and still, we're dealing in an age to where people are so racist, they don't want you to even have children. They don't want people like me to have children. They don't want the women of my nationality to have children. Now, who could be that evil? Really look at these people for what they really are. You're going to see the truth coming out. Like I said, we're in a time where a lot of signs are being brought to our attention. And not only are they being brought to our attention, the conversation is being said right in front of your face. And sometimes we're not even listening to what these people are doing, saying, and their actions. We're just going with the flow. And we have to stop doing that now. It's time to analyze. They have their analysts analyze the analyst and see what he's basically talking about. How and what is he trying to dictate with his conversation? What is he trying to persuade you into? How is he trying to get you to um, focus in on the points that he's basically speaking about? Who's behind that camera? Is this an act? Is he being told to do this? Is he reading a cue card? Are these certain points that they want you to only fixate on? So you have to really look now and see, you know, what is the common cause for us in this situation? They're sending I think it was the size of, they said the size of 4 school buses, size uh, bus to urban communities that don't even have running water, that have rodent or infestation problems, that have all these things that are plaguing them, that don't have income, don't have job opportunities, nothing at all. But they're sending buses to you with physicians. Remember, these places don't even have medical um, healthcare places for people that are struggling right now with cancer and other things of that nature. But they sent that bus over to Chicago to have those young women and young men to be snipped and neutered like animals. What is that really detailing you how they feel about us? So, the Rose Room discussion, like I said, I'm going to speak on the things that people are afraid to talk about because I'm not afraid to speak about it. Why should I be? You know, you have racial tension here. You have people that are selling drugs. You have people that don't like you because your nationality. You have people that are in office that are dictating things that help destroy communities. You have all these things that are going on. Why are you afraid to see it for what it really is? Remember, the signs are here. We're seeing with the debate, the conversation is soulless. So, tonight, this is something for eye opener for you to probably, put some, some fertilizer on your mind. Let it grow. Let it marinate into your mental, and then cook up something that's very, you know, very delicious for you to digest and eat for my verbal treat. You feel me? Um, we have to wake up, man. This is that time. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But what we can see is something that is not going to be beneficial for any of us in the long run. And like I said, they're going to be coming to the city near you, doing the same thing, campaigning. We have 50 something days left. Um, be very precautious on who you pick on these elections and some of these bills and laws. Do your research before you even go into looking at some of these propositions. Read about them. Read who's funding them. Read where the money's coming from. Read who's putting together these bills and these laws. Read about their background history. Read what they have done in the communities. Have they helped people? Are they given opportunities? What are they doing for the society that they're truly claiming that they want to make better through these propositions, laws, and all these different things that they want you to agree and place your vote on? I will be voting just like everybody else. It is my right and due diligence as an American citizen. I may not be voting for the people that you want me to vote for, but I'm going to display my power through the pen. And I want people to know that, you know, you have a right to dictate stuff. You don't have to pick these candidates. You can pick your own candidates. Some of those forums tell you that if you want to vote for them or other, you can vote for other, you know. I just feel like, this is an eye opener right now. This is very, 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 how can I state the word that I want to put out there? I don't want to get caught up and just get into a brain cloud. Um, this is very exuberant, like kind of like exuberant. I can't pronounce the word, but it's something that is it's it's just a a, a new path that I'm starting to see that it's gonna awaken in everybody because I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know what type of games they're gonna play, and this is just a whole new game changer right here. But yeah, with that said, I'm gonna end my show. I appreciate you, and this was my little input on the debate and how to me it was not really intriguing at all. It was just pretty much dialogue that was just falling on deaf ears. No true points that would help out any problems that we're dealing with at this point in time on this soil. So with that said, this is the Rose Room discussion. Um, please have a pleasant and beautiful night, and just keep your eyes open. Keep your ears listening to everything that's going on around you. Observe, be aware, because I'm not really sure what they're trying to do, but this seems to be like a lot of delusion, delusional activity going on. So all right, thank you, and I appreciate you joining me, and have a great night.